Hi, welcome to the Senior Network. I'm Becky Davis, the host of the Senior Network, and today I'm joined by Christyn Gialanella from Serenoa, and I just want to say thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I learn something new every time you come in. I just love how your company is, you reinvent yourself every time. You're always adding new programs, and you're changing as your patients change, because their needs change. They're aging in place, and you are keeping up with all of their needs through your wonderful company of Serenoa.
Thank you.
And that being said, I know we're going to talk about something new. It's called Polypharmacy. Again, first time I've heard of that. And so tell me, what is Polypharmacy?
So polypharmacy, basically the easiest way to describe it is when a patient is taking 5 or more medications is kind of the, general definition of it. And for most of our seniors, this is the case.
Sure.
So polypharmacy comes with, a certain set of risks is what the medical literature shows us. Things like falls, frailty, increased mortality, disability, other things. So it's really important as we look at our senior clients to understand, okay, these are the medications that they're taking. How are they being managed? Is this being communicated across their entire healthcare team?
Okay, so do they just reach out to you and say, all right, Serenoa, we want you to set up our pill box for the week? I mean, tell me how the management works.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
do you send a nurse in? I mean,
yes. So medication management is, custom tailored to each of our clients, like all of our services. Typically, we operate off of pill boxes. So one of our RNs comes in. We make sure that we have kind of what we call the master medication list, because here is the biggest thing that we realize with our clients is their primary care physician might have prescribed something, their specialist, their cardiologist, someone else prescribes something else, and sometimes those lists aren't talking to one another.
And they counter.
Correct. So that's one of the things that we initially do at our consults is figuring out, okay, here is the master list, and then we like to socialize that list with each one of their physicians to make sure that we're not having, 2 drugs prescribed for the same thing where maybe they only needed 1.
Right, and obviously some continuity there. So let me ask you this. Who provides you that list? Does the senior, the family member, a caregiver, the pharmacy, or both, or maybe all the above?
Sometimes there's some troubleshooting involved in this.
I bet.
So oftentimes, the patient might have one list, and when we attend a primary care visit with them,
wait a minute,
our list is not matching the primary care doctors. So it's really our work to kind of, do some investigation in the beginning and make sure that there's just one master list. We always make sure our clients have a copy of their master list that we maintain for them, and then that list goes to each doctor's appointment.
So everyone knows. I want that.
You got it.
Fabulous. And I know that's kind of segues into the next thing I want to talk about, nurse advocacy.
Yes.
Or the patient advocate. So how is that working? So going to the appointments and advocating?
Sure. So nurse advocacy is a huge portion of our agency, and what that means is there's a variety of different settings where a nurse advocate would come into play, but the biggest one that we normally start out with clients is attending their physician's appointments with them.
So important.
And what it does is it basically provides an extra set of eyes and ears. We take notes during the visit, we ask questions that perhaps maybe the patient wouldn't think to ask on their own, and then we also go back to rectifying medication lists in case prescriptions are changed, so that old medications are placed in a safe location in the home, so they're not to be confused with active meds. It's a lot of little details.
Oh, the devil is in the details, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And I don't even know from my own personal experience, when I go to the doctor, I mean, I need to advocate for myself, and I get home, I'm like, I didn't even ask that question.
Right.
And it's great to have, like you said, some additional eyes and ears there, because it is incredibly important.
Absolutely.
And again, to continue that continuity with medicine and patient care with their doctors.
Absolutely.
And physical therapy and everything. Well, you are always a delight. Like I said, every time you're here, I learn something new, and I hope you'll come back, and thank you again, and happy fall.
Thanks, Becky. You too.